Hello YouTubers, how are you doing? How are you feeling? Let me know in the comments down below, and please give me a thumbs up and hit the subscribe while you're there. It really helps support my channel. A new Lyme diagnosis or any chronic illness diagnosis can feel very traumatic and overwhelming, and addressing the mental aspects of healing is so often overlooked. For the first year or so after my diagnosis, I felt completely defeated by my symptoms. I would lay in bed and just scroll through social media, getting wrapped up in everybody else's stories and experiences with the illness, and I felt completely miserable. Somewhere along my research rabbit hole, I came across a book called You Are the Placebo by Dr. Joe Dispenza, and he really opened up my eyes to exploring how the conscious and subconscious mind can either inhibit or help our healing journeys. Although science doesn't really understand how the placebo works exactly, there are countless clinical studies showing that our mindset can actually either reduce or increase symptoms and create actual biochemical measurable changes in the body. For those of you unaware with the placebo effect, basically, when a new drug is developed, it goes through clinical studies where there's two different groups, and there's various ways they do this, but basically there's two different groups. One gets a real drug and one gets a fake pill or placebo. Usually it's a sugar pill or saline or something like that, very benign substance. And the placebo effect is so powerful that 9 times out of 10 the fake pill or saline or whatever the placebo is outperforms the drug. Very few drugs get past these clinical studies. So while the pharmaceutical company is writing them off as failures, there's a whole other side of medicine that is looking at that as a superpower. And I want to actually read a quote here from Stanford researcher Aaliyah Crum. They say, "The placebo effect isn't some mysterious response to a sugar pill. It is the robust and measurable effect of 3 components: the body's natural ability to heal, the patient's mindset, and the social context." When we start to see the placebo effect for what it really is, we can stop discounting it and can work to deliberately harness its underlying components to improve healthcare. So I recommend really starting to pay attention to the words you're using. Do you say things like, "if I get healed" or "when I'm healed"? Do you spend more time talking and thinking about where you have been? Or have you made a conscious choice and decision to start thinking and speaking more about where you are heading and where you are going? Another powerful tool we can use in our healing journey is a subconscious filter known as the reticular activating system. If you think about how much information we are bombarded with on a daily basis by second, there's like millions and millions of pieces of information coming in from all angles, and this reticular activating system is a filtering system that is going to only allow in what we have deemed important. So I want you to think of the last time you were shopping for a specific make and model of car or clothing or whatever, and before you decided that you wanted that, you probably didn't notice it too much. But after you decide, like, I want that silver Toyota, all of a sudden it's popping up everywhere. You're seeing it everywhere you go. And that is thanks to the reticular activating system. So it is really easy to spot a silver car after I've decided that I want that silver car. Does that make sense? So the cool thing about it is that you can actually use this to filter out more things that you're grateful for, that you feel joy about, that you feel happy about. And, whether you are conscious of the decision or not, like I said, are you talking more about where you were and where you've been? Or are you talking more about where you're going to go and what you want to feel? Because your subconscious mind is picking up all that, and it's going to program that reticular activating system around it. I know it can feel seemingly impossible to be grateful when you're in the midst of a bunch of symptoms and feeling crummy and overwhelmed with bills and all of this. So I created a 21-day journal. It's $7. The link is down below to help you get started. But really, all I do is just sit down. I have a morning practice where I sit down and I write 2 pages of things I am grateful for. It might feel a little bit silly at first, but just keep the practice up and it'll keep you up, as they say. So they have shown just 7 days of a gratitude practice can start to improve your mood, your mindset, your relationships, your health, your energy, your sleep, your just overall feeling of happiness as well. So if writing's not available to you, you're not a journaler, or just, I've had times where a brain and hand don't connect quite right. So just set your timer for 10 minutes and just go on a gratitude rant. Just say or think as many things that you are grateful for, and just let yourself really feel that heartwarming sensation that gratitude can bring. Okay, so we are harnessing the placebo effect. We are training our reticular activating system. We can also tap into our willpower to help make those daily choices and behaviors that are required to heal go a lot smoother. I learned about these tips from a book called Willpower: Rediscovering the Greatest Human Strength. And in it, the authors describe how our willpower is a actual reserve. Each and every day when we're making these small decisions, white t-shirt, black t-shirt, jeans, shorts, all of that, just tiny little slivers of our reserve are being dwindled. The best way to replenish the willpower reserve is to rest and recharge and really practice self-compassion. On those days when you need to rest, allowing yourself to rest and not beating yourself up if you have a slice of cake, for instance. The best way to preserve your willpower tank is by really cultivating intention and mindfulness into each and every action. For example, when your medication alarm goes off, for instance, or it's time to do a chore, really cultivating some mindfulness into each and every step that you take and remembering your why. By keeping that goal, that vision in your mind and revisiting it often, and really allowing yourself to conjure it up when you're taking these daily tasks is going to help reserve your willpower and really help make these mundane tasks a lot easier. One of the most powerful questions one of my friends asked me was, what do you want your life to look like when this is all over? And I realized I had not even allowed myself to imagine what would happen when I was healed. I really just was taking it one day at a time. By cultivating that end vision, that end goal, whether it be 100% symptom-free or just being able to go for a hike by yourself or whatever it is, checking in with yourself every so often, allowing yourself to daydream. In my 21-day journal that you can find linked below, I have that prompt every few days to really give yourself that moment, that 10-15 minutes is all it takes to just daydream, journal it out, think about where you're heading, because it's going to help drive you in those little daily mundane tasks that are required to heal. Okay, so that got a little bit rambly, and I just wanted to add that I'm not recommending you just think positively all the time and ignore your symptoms and no bad vibes. Like, none of that noise. It's very important to process the emotions around your diagnosis, around your illness, but we can use these mental tools to really help our healing journey. You may as well use all the tools in your toolbox, right? So using that placebo effect by going all in on whatever treatment you're trying, utilizing the reticular activating system to start filtering out more things to be grateful for, more things to feel joy about. It's going to help your health. Tapping into your willpower and using that end vision, that end goal, where do you want to be, to help drive you in those daily mundane tasks that are required to heal. So thanks so much for watching. Let me know in the comments if that was helpful to you. You can learn more about this and other Lyme disease survival tips in my book, the Lyme Ease Survival Guidebook. This is shipped anywhere Amazon ships, and it's available on Kindle. You can learn more about it in the links in the description below. And while you're there, please give me a thumbs up and hit the subscribe. I will be back next week with another video. So let me know in the comments what you want to learn more about, and I will see you soon. Until then, keep healing. Bye.